Okay. Well, let's try it. I think we got the same thing. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Nice. I think we're good. I think we're good in the neighborhood. Okie dokie, let me see. Is that forwards or backwards? That is bad. Ah. All right. We gonna learn today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we go. Any credit questions? Any credit questions? Welcome to live chat. Remember, yeah. Why do I not start a poll? Why can't I see any questions here? All right. Any questions? Any credit questions? Here we go. Let's go, baby. Welcome. Haven't used this bad boy in a while, so I'm gonna use this bad boy, the whiteboard. Any credit questions? I'm here to help you out. Okay, ask away. Let me help you with your credit journey. All right, let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you a question. I don't know if I have a poll here. What is the reason why you want to get your credit repaired, right? All right. I'm not sure how we did this. Oh, quick poll gave you two options. Aha, there you go. Boom, there we go. Recommended starter credit card. Cool, starter credit cards. All right, so let's talk about starter cards. Right, starter cards. Number one is Capital One, Quicksilver. Number two is Discover It. Those are the top two. Those are the top two starter cards right there. Capital One, Quicksilver, and Discover It. Who has one of these credit cards? Who has one of these credit cards? Guys, also click on this poll right here. I want to see why you guys need your help on repairing your credit, getting your credit fixed. Click on this poll right here. Okay? Click on this, and if you can just answer for me real quick, I want to see where everyone's at, right? Why do you need your help? 18, got myself a 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport with $0 down, 2024 Honda Prelude. Hold on. What? Hold on. 18, got myself a 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport with $0 down, 2024 Honda Prologue leased last week. Wait, so you got 2 vehicles? Is that what you're trying to say? It's a little confusing there. What about Venture X for starter car? They've got good mileage. Venture X is not a starter credit card. Venture X, Capital One Venture X, that's for travel, right? So we're talking about starter credit cards. If you want to talk about travel cards, okay, number 1 would be Amex Platinum. Number 2 would be Chase Sapphire Reserve. And number 3 is, yeah, Capital One Venture X. Venture X. Okay. So this has what, $695 annual fee. $695. This one has a $595, and this one is what, like $395, I believe, annual fee. Got it? Some good knowledge. Some good knowledge, you know your stuff. Even know the fee. Thank you. How do I get 10 points fast? How do you get 10 points fast? Pay down the balance on your credit cards. If you want to get 10 points fast, pay down the balance on your credit cards. Okay? If you pay it down, so I don't know what your credit usage is right now, but let's say your credit usage is at 30%. Drop it down to 20%, and that could gain you 10 points or more. Is a debit card that builds good credit? Is a debit card, or is there a debit card? Yes, so debit cards. Let's talk about debit cards. Right? Debit cards. Debit cards. Let's talk about debit, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Alright, so debit cards. Okay. Your traditional debit cards don't report. It doesn't report to your credit, right? So most debit cards, most traditional debit cards do not report to your personal credit. So if you're using a debit card like with the major banks, the Big Blue Bank, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Navy Federal Credit Union, those traditional debit cards do not report to your personal credit, so you're not getting credit for it, and you're not getting protection from a debit card. Now there are some credit cards that do report, okay? That's going to be, number 1 is a company called Cred.ai. Okay, Cred.ai. And number 2, Extra. So those are 2 fintech companies. Wow, so 33% of you said you're needing to repair your credit to get a home. 50% of you are saying you need to repair your credit for a car. Wow. Okay, cool. All right. Nope, I don't need that anymore. Okay. Yeah, so Cred AI, and there's a company called Extra debit card. These 2 debit cards, okay, from these companies, they do report it to your personal. And Cred AI reports a $1,500 line to your credit, okay, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure what the Extra debit card reports, but Cred AI reports a $1,500 limit debit card to your credit. What about Fizz? Fizz, I don't think so. Fizz, I've never heard of Fizz. Never heard of Fizz. Okay, so traditional debit cards don't report to your credit. Thoughts on you? Hold on. Hold up. Let's see. Don't even own a currency card. I'm 24, but I want to have one. Gotcha. Can I teach you about crypto? No, thanks. Is it good to use credit for every payment if I pay it quick? Yes, you definitely want to use your credit cards, right? Use your credit cards over your debit cards or cash. Debit cards have same protection as credit. Look it up. No, it doesn't. Can you get mortgage without credit score? It's called manual underwriting. Yes, but that's not how most people get mortgages without a credit score. Most people in this country use a credit score to get a mortgage. Of course, there are going to be those one-off situations where you don't need to do it, but for the most part, most people in this country use credit to get credit and loans. Let's see, those credit cards, do you have an affiliate with them? I do not have an affiliate with them. You said something about Fizz, but then it went mute. I don't think so. I'm in debt, y'all. 687. Okay, so you got those right here. Starter credit cards. Okay, good starter credit cards. Capital One Quicksilver. Discover It. Top 3 travel cards in my book is going to be American Express Platinum, Chase Sapphire Reserve. Sorry, Amex Platinum, $6.95 annual fee, Chase Sapphire Reserve, $5.95 annual fee, Capital One Venture X, $3.95 annual fee. Okay. Let's see. I need a lower mortgage payment, but a refi doesn't barely lower it. Anything else I can do? It all depends on what your rate is now, right? Depends on what your rate is now. So, I mean, if you have a mortgage rate at around 4% or less than 5%, you're not going to get a lower rate, because right now the interest rates are anywhere between, it's kind of averaging around 6%. You're at 7.15. So if you go from 7.15 to 6%, that's actually a big deal. Okay, that's actually a big deal. Okay, so if your credit score, so if you're going to refinance for a mortgage, okay, let's talk about that now. I'm not a mortgage lender, so this is not legal or financial advice, but check this out. Okay, so if you're going to refi mortgage, okay, and your current rate is 7.15%. Okay. Now I'm not sure. Do you know what credit score you had when you got this mortgage with this rate? You know what percent? What your credit score was when you got this 7.15? Like a 600 credit score range, 650, 700. Okay, and let's say you have a $500,000 mortgage, right? You have a $500,000 mortgage, okay? 30-year term, etc. Now, if you can go, this is crazy. Okay, if you can go from 7.15 down to, let's just say 6.15%. Okay, so that's a difference. That's a difference of 1%, right? Your interest rate will go down by 1%. That may not seem like a lot. As far as your monthly payments go, okay, if you're going from a 7.15 to a 6.15, your monthly payments may not be different. May not be too different. But over a 30-year term, okay, if you have a $500,000 mortgage, this is going to drop your interest fees $112,000. Okay, so do you think it's worth refinancing to go from a 7.15 down to a 6.15, which is essentially a 1% difference? Okay, so your monthly payment may not be that much different. But as far as paying interest fees over a 30-year term, I can save you $112,000. You pay $112,000 less. Okay. So would it be worth it? That's gonna be the question. Yes or no? Does that make sense? Let's see. I also learned this. I have one missed payment from last month from a credit card. I haven't used in 8 months. I'm so pissed. Credit 782, now 666. Got you. So yeah, if you have a lower credit score now and you try to refinance, you may not get a 1% reduction in your fee. Average mortgage rates for a 30-year loan is going roughly 6.9 right now. Refi isn't good to do much. I've seen other mortgage lenders quote that they can get rates around 5.5%. So it depends on which mortgage lender you go with, right? It depends on which mortgage lender you go with. But the ones that I talk to often, his name is actually Carlos. He goes live every day on social media just like I do. But Carlos is saying, yeah, he's helping people to get people sub 6% right now. So it just depends on which bank you go with and which lender you go with. But right now, because of the rate cuts, interest rates on mortgages have dropped before the rates even dropped, right? Which is pretty interesting. Let's go, baby. What credit card would you suggest for someone who's never owned a credit card before? So it depends what your credit score is, right? Depends on what your credit score is. So we're kind of go back to here. So a good starter credit card is Capital One Quicksilver or Discover It. Now, if your score right, so if you have a credit score of 550 plus, I've seen people get approved for this starter credit card with a 550 credit score and above. For Discover It, you probably need to be at I would say 650 credit score and above for Discover It. Discover It, Freedom Rise, Cash Plus, or something through your bank. Cash Rise, yeah, Chase Rise card is a good starter card. It's pretty much a secured card. What do you have to be at for entry level Chase? You can have like a mid 650 score, right? So if your credit score is around the 650 range, yeah, then you can probably go after the Chase Rise, okay? Chase Rise. Chase Rise card, okay? That's what you can go after. If you're around a 650 score, you can probably go after the Chase Rise card. Okay? Next question. What do we got over here? 222, 500. Oh, okay, that's your mortgage. That $126 missed payment destroys my. Yep. So I mean, that's what I can help you with, right? If you need help repairing your credit, disputing and deleting that late payment, so your score can go back up into the mid 700s, I can help you with that. Or you can try and do it yourself, obviously. Okay. You can try and do it yourself. Learn how to do it and get it done yourself. Or if you don't have time for that, because it looks like you got a big family, that's where I come into play. We'll do all the work for you. It's a done-for-you program. We'll do all the work. I've been doing it for 7 years. I've helped over 20,000 people with their credit profiles. Okay, so the difference between you doing it, me and my team doing it, is the time and experience. If you don't have time, you don't have experience, you don't want to use your time, or you don't want to gain that knowledge and experience to do it yourself, boom, leverage me, right? Leverage me. Okay, next question. How do you keep up with all of your credit cards? So how do I keep up with all of my credit cards? So I have a 800 plus credit score. It's in the 830 range and 55 credit cards. How do I manage 55 credit cards? Right? So there's 3 ways to manage your credit cards. Okay? So how to manage 55 cards. Okay, and I'm just abbreviating. How do I manage 55 cards? There's 3 ways, okay? 3 different options. Option number 1 is what I do, okay? I call it self-care Sunday. Okay, self-care Sunday. So every Sunday, I'll log into my credit card accounts and pay off the balance in full every Sunday. That's the way I personally do it. Option number 2 is you can use an app. Okay, like Rocket Money. Okay, so you can use an app like Rocket Money, or you can upload, all of your credit cards, or even if you have other bills, and you can manage all your payments through one app. Third option is due date. Okay, you can change your due date to be the same day of the month for all of your credit cards. Okay, comment wow if you like these ideas, if you didn't think about this. So for me personally, the way I manage my 55 credit cards is number 1, self-care Sunday. I log into my credit card accounts, pay off all the balance in full every Sunday. Why do I do this method? Is because it's a great habit to have, financial habit to have, keeps you from snowballing into debt. You won't have to worry about paying any late fees because you're paying it off every week. You won't have to worry about getting any late payments, right? Reporting your credit, and you're building a stronger relationship with each and every one of these companies. So that's what I like. But comment, right? Comment which one is best for you. Number 1, number 2, or number 3. You don't have 55 credit cards. Yeah, I don't have 55 credit cards. That's why I have this wallet with 55 credit cards on it. Okay? Would you suggest focusing on obtaining skills in the marketplace that we can charge employers a high premium for in order to increase net income and have more operating cash flow to pay off debt? That is an option, yes, of course, right? If you have a skill and there's a need for that, a service for it, you can offer it, obviously. Absolutely, sorry, I didn't mean to say obviously, I meant to say absolutely. Your mic doesn't work well when you move away. Let's see, it should work. How's my mic, guys? When you go food shopping, do you pay for 1 item per card? No, definitely not. You're doing good. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so these are 3 different options, right? Comment which option works best for you. Option number 1, 2, or 3. Can your company remove 12 plus late payments to better my credit? Okay, so this is the thing, right? If you have late payments, okay. Late payments. All right, let's talk about late payments. Okay, well, number 1 is yes. You can remove, okay? You can remove late fees. Okay, number 1, you can remove late fees. Now number 2, okay? If you have, okay, 1 to 3. If you have 1 to 3 late payments on one account, okay, you can dispute them, you can challenge them, you can try to remove them, or change them from reporting late to on time. Now, number 2, okay, if you have 4 plus lates, okay, on one account, then the more efficient option would be close it and dispute entire account. Okay? So if you have 1 to 3 late payments on one account, you can try and challenge and dispute and remove those late payments payments and keep that account. Just remove the late payments. Now, if you have more than 3 late payments on one account, that account is not even helping your credit anyways. Okay, if you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 late payments on that one account, that's just way too many to have. So even if you close that credit card down, it may not even affect your score too much. Once you close that account, then it would be more effective to dispute that account entirely and remove it off of your credit, and all the late payments are going to go with it. So if you have 12 late payments on one account, you can't try and remove all 12 late payments. You may be able to remove 1 or 2, but not 12 on that one account. Now, if you have, 1, 2, or 3 late payments on multiple different accounts, now you can try to dispute those late payments. So let's say, again, if you have 12 late payments, now if you have 3 late payments on 4 separate accounts, that you can dispute those late payments. But if you have 12 late payments on one account, that is exponentially difficult, because now it's not a potential mistake or an inaccuracy, it's a bad pattern, right? It's a bad habit. You're demonstrating a bad habit, and that's hard to dispute. That makes sense? Thanks, CCG. If I dispute entire account, what happens to the debt? Well, you still owe the debt. You still owe the debt. It becomes 2 separate things. So, for example, for some people, if they have a high credit card debt, they may just close that account down to avoid them from getting themselves more into debt, but they still owe the balance. You still need to make a monthly plan. You could talk to your creditor and set up a monthly program to pay down the balance on that. But a lot of people tend to close that credit card. That way, they don't have to risk getting themselves more into debt and focus on paying off the balance. Let's go, baby! What? How did you? Yes. So right now I'm going live on YouTube as well. I have almost perfect credit score, but I really don't know the benefit of it, I guess, because I don't borrow money like that. So this is the thing, okay? The benefit of having great credit is to be able to leverage it. Think about a great credit score. Think about like being Batman, okay? Batman doesn't have supernatural powers, okay? I mean, he's really wealthy. I guess you could call that supernatural power. But basically, he has a utility belt, okay, around his waist. Different tools to use for different scenarios. You can leverage your credit. Credit is a tool that you should have on your utility belt to help with certain scenarios, okay? I mean, if you're going to do some real estate investing, okay? If you're going to do real estate investing, well, you have a couple of options. You can use cash, or you can use leverage credit, okay? So think about this. I mean, if you're gonna do it like real estate investing, okay? Maybe you're gonna do some flipping. Okay, you're gonna flip homes, right? Now, let's say the property, okay, just to keep things simple, let's say the property is 100K. Okay? So now you have 2 options. You can do it in cash, or you can do it in credit. Okay? Now, if you want to do it in cash, the question is, right? How long is it going to take you to save up 100K? Right? How long is it going to take you to save up 100K in cash to start flipping properties? Versus if you use credit, okay, it could take 30 days. Right? You can use the bank's money. The bank can lend you 100K in 30 days to start. And for a lot of people, $100,000 in cash, it could take you 20 years or maybe a whole lifetime to get 100K in cash. Right? So credit is a catalyst, okay? Credit is a catalyst. It can take you from point A to point B a lot faster. And if you do have 100K in cash, well, guess what? You can use this you can get credit, okay? And if you have your 100K in cash, if this is the route you want to go, okay, you can use this cash to rehab, right? So you're using the 100K in credit to obtain the property, and if you have 100K in cash, you can use it to rehab. Or, okay, or you can get 100K at 0% APR, okay, credit lines, 0% APR credit lines, and use this to rehab, right? Use this to rehab. And if you can flip this property, right? If you can flip this 100K property and you're getting a 30% return on it, right? 30% return on your investment. So let's say it's 100, costs you 100K, okay, plus, let's say 50K rehab, all right? So that's 150K plus 30%, let's say you can get 30% return. What is that? 45K. So that'd be, if you could sell for 195, right? You could sell it for 195K. Okay. Boom, 195K. And if it takes, let's say it takes 4 months. Okay, it takes you 4 months to buy it, rehab it, and sell it. It takes you 4 months. Well, guess what? You just borrowed 100K from the bank, and you got 100K 0% APR. This is for 12 months, right? 100K 0% for 12 months. Okay, so if it takes you 4 months, if it takes you 6 months to pay, to fix, rehab, and sell the property, well, you're borrowing 100K at 0% for 12 months. So if it takes you 4 months, if it takes you 6 months, it's still, you're still not using your money. By the time you sell it, then you can pay back 100K that you borrowed from the bank, and 100K 0% APR, and you get to keep the 30% profit, which would be 45,000. Yeah? I mean, yes, if this is making sense, or if I sound crazy. Okay, so if you already know that you can fix and flip a home in 3 months, 6 months, and you're getting 0% APR, that's great. Using leverage for real estate investing definitely applies returns because you get to put less money down to achieve the same return. Yeah, I mean, think about this. Even if you're going to get a hard money loan, right? Even if you're going to get a hard money loan, okay? So you're doing, real estate investing, and you're getting a hard money, right? Well, if you're getting hard money, depending on the lender you're using, right? Depending on the hard money, the lender you're using, maybe they're going to give you 80%, okay? 80% hard money. Okay? That means the other 20% you have to put down. Okay? All right, so how are you going to put 20% down? Well, guess what? Okay? You can get 0% APR credit lines. Okay? You can get 0% APR credit lines. And then all you do is you're going to liquidate the credit to cash, right? To cover your the other 20%. So you're getting 80% from a hard money. The other 20% is you can get a 0% APR, liquidate the credit to cash, use that cash as a down payment to get that hard money. Right? And anything else, okay, anything else on your credit lines, if you still have a balance on your credit lines, you can use that for the rehab process as well. Make sense? Yes? No? Maybe so? I have cash to buy straight up, but would rather invest my money in the market. I hate the idea being a landlord. So this is, yeah, there's different ways you can do a fix and flip. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different ways to invest, right? There's lots of different ways to invest. Would you rather watch a tree grow? Probably. Assuming the investment yields to be profitable, you also risk amplified losses. Yeah, if you're being over leveraged, of course. Absolutely. But that's part of business, that's part of entrepreneurship, that's part of investing. So it's either you can stomach it or you can't, right? It's either you can stomach it or you can't. Where can you get hard money loan for about 25K? 25K is not very much. I wouldn't get a hard money loan for 25K. I'd rather get a 0% credit line. I'd rather use 0% APR credit cards. I'd rather get a personal loan or a line of credit. I would not try and get a hard money loan for 25K. I applied for 5 credit cards this month, got denied, 720 score. How long should I wait? So this is the thing, okay? If you get denied for a credit card, okay? If you get denied for a credit card, step 1 is call and ask why. Okay? Call and ask why. So if you get denied for a credit card or multiple credit cards, you need to call back and ask why you got denied. Because when you know the reason why you got denied, that's going to be the solution that you need to solve to get approved. You see what I'm saying? So if you got denied because you have, if the only reason, okay, sometimes it's just one reason why you got denied. Too many inquiries. Okay? If this is the reason why, okay, then your solution, okay, just remove your inquiries. Okay? And then reapply. And you should get approved. Does that make sense? Comment yes, that makes sense. Now, another thing, okay, number 2 is, so if you get denied for a credit card, call and ask forever since I used this board. Call and ask for reconsideration. Okay? Call and ask for reconsideration. And just by doing that, that can take you from denied to approved. Okay? So that's another option too. So first one is you want to figure out why you got denied, the reason or the reasons why you got denied, and you can solve that problem, and then you can go back and reapply and get approved. Another thing you can do is you can call them and ask for a reconsideration. Reconsider your application. Okay? So it gives you a second chance. It goes from an automatic underwriting process to a manual underwriting process. And just by doing that, it can help you go from denied to approved. Comment wow if you like that info. Let me know if you like that info. Okay? You can go from denied to approved. I see. Stock is also a good way to build wealth faster than stock, since capital requirements buy a piece of company stock. It's for less than, yep. Stock is definitely great. Nothing wrong with stocks. Okay? So those are 2 ways. Okay? You can call and ask for reconsideration. And just by doing that step, it can help you go from denied to approved, because it's giving yourself a second chance to apply for that same credit card you got denied for, right? If you're still getting denied, you need to ask why you're getting denied, And that is going to be the solution to that you solve to get approved. So if you have too many inquiries, dispute and delete your inquiries, and then go back and reapply, you should get approved. Okay? Next question, baby.